So let's talk about voice over IP security. So first off, and let's zoom this in a little bit. Okay, for security, right? Let's just start off with voice over IP, right? It's using the internet protocol to transfer voice data, right? Um, or video traffic, right? We're just kind of talking about voice over IP encapsulates communication being transferred over internet. Um, Now, because of that, voice over IP is vulnerable to both telephony specific specific threats and broader IT network threats, right? And broader IT network threats because it uses um, IP, the internet protocol, as the transport. All right, so attackers can target voice over IP for fraud. We can put this here for fraud, disruption, espionage, and reputation damage. Right. So, I mean, voice over IP is a very it's convenient, it's fast, it's efficient. It's a great way to communicate over using the old PSTN way of doing it. So, but with that, it it opens up to these all these threats that are already sort of native to the internet and using the internet protocol as the transport. So for key threats, so voice over IP, let's go over that. Key threats. So we have network level, and we have protocol exploits, right? We have fraud and abuse, fraud and abuse, and we have insider and configuration risks. Configuration risks. All right. So those are kind of our core key threats. And then to dive deeper into it, network level threats, um, denial of service or distributive denial of service, right? Flooding SIP servers, the session initiation protocol, which is what voice over IP uses to initiate calls. Those servers or media gateways that maybe translate um, SIP to a different codec or an old codec to SIP. Some sort of media gateway that helps with that translation portion um, to disrupt calls. To disrupt calls, right? So DOS and DDoS. Okay, then we also have eavesdropping, where you're listening in. Um, but this is now, since we're using the internet protocol, it's going to be looking at packet sniffing unencrypted RTP. If it doesn't use secure RTP, SRTP, this could be a problem here. RTP streams to capture conversations. So you put the packets together and you can figure out what's being said. And then we have man in the middle. Man in the middle, altering call data or injecting fake signaling messages, right? All right, so that's man in the middle. Protocol exploits, registration hijacking, so I mean, we're talking about like SIP vulnerabilities. So I guess that's what we should more call it, just SIP vulnerabilities. Um, registration hijacking, registration hijacking. So stealing SIP credentials, right? Invite, that first, when you're initiating a call, um, so you're doing invite flooding, so you're doing call spam, and SIP trunk spoofing, not SIP, SIP trunk, SIP trunk spoofing. Okay. And then now we have RTP exploits, RTP exploits, unencrypted media streams can be replayed or modified, right? So we'll just bold this a little bit. Key threats. And another review, it's vulnerable because you're using the internet protocol. You're using the internet. It's convenient, it's effective, it's the way things are done now. And it's what we're all going to, I think in 2027, we're getting rid of the PSTN. So, or most companies are getting rid of it. So this is the way things are now. And so now it's even more important because now attackers can know that most communication traffic is going to come through the internet protocol. So these threats are pretty important to know about and to try to insulate yourself from using things like encryption. So these are the key threats to voice over IP, fraud and abuse, like toll fraud, using uncompromised PBXs to make expensive international calls. Or, I'm sorry, using compromised PBXs. Um, so toll fraud, uh, spam over internet telephony, spam over internet telephony. It's the VoIP equivalent of spam calls. Caller ID spoofing, caller ID spoofing, pretending to be a trusted caller. So those are your fraud and abuse. And then we have our um, insider and configuration risks. All right, misconfigured session border controllers, weak passwords, and lack of patching. Poor network segmentation, exposing VoIP servers directly to the internet. So those are all configuration things, right? The internet is, um, if not configured correctly, you can open yourself up to a lot of threats. So that's why, making sure your session border controllers are configured correctly, make sure that they have, uh, hopefully they have firewalls and other configurations that can help insulate your VoIP traffic from these threats. So, and with that, I think I will stop here. So just in summary, we talked about what um, voice over IP is and using the internet and how it's um, become vulnerable to security threats because it uses the internet protocol. It's a great tool. It's the way things are now. It's makes international calls free now. We don't have to worry about making an expensive international call. We can just use any sort of telephony tool that can use the internet protocol, and we can have a free call or significantly cheaper than using the old phone lines. But with that, we open ourselves up to many risks that we must account for. So with configurations and with encryption of our data, but we can go over that more later. But that is it for now. Thank you.